Hi guys, welcome back to the second video in this Udemy course on Focchi Facades. In this video, we're going to be looking at the general homepage when we open up the program, and also looking at how to create a blank project, and also how to import a project from our BIM Service Center, and to import a architectural model into the project. So let's get started. As you can see, my BIM Service Center synchronizer is on, and I've synchronized to my account, and I've also synchronized here on the BIM Service Center within OpenBIM, our Focchi Facades application. So you can see I'm connected. So I've created the three fundamental connections: the one with the synchronizer, the one inside the project, the Focchi Facades, and also the connection with the actual server as well. So as you can see, very similar to other programs in our repertoire, our file section, our recent files, our help, and obviously our BIM Service Center connection here as well. So let's have a look. Here in the File tab, we're able to create a new project and explore the different possibilities. We're also able, through the File Manager, be able to import our Focchi Facades file in which, for instance, someone is sent to us, or this sort of thing. So we're able to import that within our project, within our workspace, and also we're able to view some examples that have been provided to us by the developer. So this can obviously fuel some inspiration or some sort of thing as well. Also, here again, moving on, our recent files. So looking at the files that are stored on this computer, as you can see, these have been stored on my C drive. So looking at the recent files I've worked on my computer, we're able to open those easily. Moving on, the help section. So looking at program documentation for this particular program, our licensing contract, and our responsibility clause. So those are able to be viewed from here. And also, lastly, our connection again. So as you can see here, I've connected here. So with the login that you've created for your BIM Service Center, you can log in here, and also log in with your synchronizer to make that connection. So what I want to go through initially is we're going to be going through importing a blank project. So creating a new project in Focchi Facades and dealing with a blank project. So there are a number of different issues with this. Technically, we shouldn't be doing this because usually when we're dealing with facade applications in a model, we'd usually start off with an IFC architectural model. So an architectural model that's been developed in, let's say IFC Builder. We have Allplan, Revit, all our architectural modeling applications. If we have that IFC file, usually, let's say 99% of the time, designers will design the architectural model, then go on to a facade application and configure the facades on top of the architectural model. So I'll be able to demonstrate that soon. Going from a facade application to an architectural model, usually, that's not desirable. So let's get into it. By the way, I know I mentioned this in the last video, but if you're not familiar with IFC Builder and how to develop an architectural model, I highly recommend you go back. In Udemy, there's a course I've developed as well on the IFC Builder, and I'd highly recommend you guys to go into that course and start using IFC Builder first. So start using the architectural model in which you can create your project, create your building using fundamental elements, columns, walls, partitions, these sort of design architectural elements, and then creating a new project in IFC Builder, and then coming here and then importing it. So we're going to do both things. So initially, let's go into new. I'm going to create this project, call it example, for instance. I'm going to create a new project. So this is the fundamental difference here. If I had an architectural model, I'd be selecting the project and importing that architectural model. If I didn't, which is right now, I'm going to create a new one. So this is just going to be called example. We can configure the name, the type of project. I'm going to make this a test. the viewing options not visible, and management of collaboration requests. So who can send me a request to be a part of this project. And also I can add a description. Let's finish now. And now, as you can see, a blank work environment. So no architectural model. This is great if you want to just play around with the elements, the different elements we can use and this sort of thing. We're going to be going through that in the next video. But yeah, in order to freehand and sort of just get used to the project and not have the constraints of a architectural model to work with, then it's perfect. Yeah, you can have a look at the workflow and this sort of thing as well. So usually, what I mean by not usually starting with an architectural model is, how am I going to design a building using just the facades? It's not viable. It's not a viable solution, right? Usually we'd have an architectural model like what I'm going to just introduce now, and then go into the facades and start adding them. So I'm not going to save this project. Open up the facade, open up our Focchi Facades application again. Let's go back to new. I'm going to call this the Focchi Facades demo, and I'm going to call this demo. So again, I can change the location of the project as well, the file directory. And here I'm going to select a project. So I'm going to select the project in which I've developed an IFC builder in the last course, in my IFC builder course. So here you can see, I think it was called Udemy Apartments 123. So now the program will be importing that architectural model that I've developed in IFC builder to be recognized in this application. Hope that makes sense. We'll be able to see that now. So as you can see, the elements are being, the program's reading the data from the project, and I'm able to view that here as well, as you can see. So this is a great application to actually view the as you can see, we're able to view our 3D model, and we're also able to view the different files that are associated with the project. So for instance, let's say after my architectural model development in IFC Builder, I went on to a program like Cyberlux for the for the development of our lighting setup. So the different lighting and this sort of thing. If I had saved that to the project and I've configured that, I'd be able to view that here. So I'd be able to view that model and import that model into Focchi Facades. Why is that necessary? For instance, if I'm developing the facades application, the facades model, I want to view, let's say, my structural model that I've developed in a structural application. So looking at the column configuration and this sort of thing, and how to the different placement of Focchi Facades will be envisioned, right? So of course this is important. So the list here could be quite a lot if we're looking at a developed project where we have multiple different files. So plumbing, lighting, structural model, acoustics. I mean, these are all things that we can view here. The different energy, the energy model as well, the building energy model, we can view it simultaneously while developing our Focchi Facades. Okay, perfect. So as you can see here, this project just has an architectural model, so I don't have any other IFC files that appear here. After I've finished my Focchi Facades model, and I go into, let's say, for instance, my energy model, this same screen will have the Focchi Facades model here, and I'll be able to import and export and be able to view and make that a part of my viewing workflow as well. So I hope that made sense. Let's finish this now. And here we're greeted with our architectural model. So this architectural model is quite plain. We've only developed an IFC builder. So we have our fundamental buildings, our roof, our columns, our walls, our banisters, and the fundamental architectural model. So here we're able to, once we're in the workflow, start playing around with the different options and the different elements that we're able to use to create our facade application. Now, why use facades in our building? In this day and age, we're trying to find new innovative ways to reduce building energy models. So being able to reduce the energy consumption of buildings, and facades are a great way of doing that, actually. So looking at different materials on the outside that, let's say, reflect sunlight or are able to use sunlight, such as solar collectors and photovoltaic panels that we're going to be implementing in this project, actually. So this is going to be quite exciting, and we're going to be able to view the energy reduction because of these panels. So this is only one piece of the puzzle in terms of reducing building energy consumption. And in this day and age, when we're looking at pressures from governments and from regulators to create, let's say, for instance, zero energy buildings that don't actually consume any energy in construction and this sort of thing. Facades are a great way to mitigate those energy losses and energy consumptions. So again, that was it for this video. So we've just gone through how to import a plane model and how to import a model from your IFC server, from the BIM Service Center, in which we've configured. In the next video, we're going to go through the project and the elements and the different tabs we have in the following videos. So I hope that made sense. Again, if this is the first course, I highly recommend you to go back to IFC Builder, the IFC Builder course. It's available in the BIM Service Center. If you just go into that course will teach you everything on how to create this, the architectural model in which we've imported here. All right, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video.